Hi there, Jack here from Bridge Coffee Roasters, and this is the F45 manual fill filter coffee machine by Marco. So Marco have a really wide range of filter coffee machines and water boilers as well. So they're very well versed in building nice machines for filter coffee and other options. So the F45 is one of Marco's more entry-level filter coffee brewers, and it's great for those small cafes or offices or maybe hotel and leisure environments. You can brew about 1.5 liters of filter coffee at any one time, and that will take about 5 minutes. And then there's 2 hot plates as well. One just underneath the brew basket to keep that coffee hot, and one on top as well. So if you've brewed 1.5 liters and you want to brew another, you can leave that on top for a few minutes and brew your next batch. Now, we wouldn't necessarily recommend brewing and then leaving the coffee on the hot plate for an extended period of time, as the heat underneath will start cooking the coffee and making it go a little bit rancid. So instead, we would basically recommend brewing as much coffee as you need and then pouring and serving straight away. So the F45 is incredibly easy to use. You don't need to plumb it in. You simply plug it in at the wall and then you're ready to go. There are just 2 switches on the machine on the right-hand side. So you've got your power switch, and then when you fill in your water, the machine will start brewing, and that will also turn on the hot plate underneath the brew basket. And then there's a second button for turning on the hot plate on top of the machine as well, if you do want to brew 2 batches and then keep both of them hot. So as a quick demonstration, I'm going to brew 1 liter of filter coffee. So what I'm going to do is fill up this decanter with 1 liter of room temperature, fresh, clean, filtered water. And then I'm also going to grab 60 grams of coffee at a medium coarse grind size. So I've got a whole liter of freshly filtered water, and I've got 60 grams of coffee. Inside your basket, you'll have these large wave style filters. So just grab one of the filters, place it nice and tight inside the basket, add your coffee, and then shake to level out the bed and break up any clumps. Then place the basket back into place. And then all we're going to do to get brewing, it's really simple. We're just going to open up the lid on the front, make sure the power button is turned to on, pour in the water, and you'll hear the machine start to click into gear. And then place your flask underneath the basket. And in about 5 minutes time, we'll have a nice fresh pot of delicious filter coffee. So the brew ratio that we recommend for the Marco F45 is 60 grams per liter, like a standard pour over. And you can take that all the way up to 90 grams of coffee to 1.5 liters of brewed coffee down below. Whilst the machine is on and brewing, you'll see the little green indicator there. And once all the water has pumped through, that will turn off. So the F45 is now heating the water inside the boiler, and then the water will come up and be dispersed down through the shower screen. And that will make sure you're getting a nice even flow throughout the bed of coffee. What you can also do a couple times throughout the brew, just to make sure you're getting a nice even and full extraction, is to just grab the handle and just give it a few taps back and forward, just to level out the bed of coffee and make sure all the grounds are nice and properly saturated. But if you don't want to do that, it's a large enough batch where all the coffee is going to be in contact with the water for a large enough time. So you are going to get a decent extraction if you just go completely hands-free as well. When you first fire up the F45, it will tell you to run a brew cycle with just plain water. And during that first brew, you will lose some of the water into the machine. So what it's doing is holding on to a little bit of the water inside the boiler, which it will exchange every time you perform a brew. And that will just protect the brewer and the heating elements and making sure you're getting a nice even temperature all throughout. So whilst it's brewing, I'll just mention that this is one of Marco's more entry-level brewers. It comes in at around the £300 mark. So for that kind of money, you're not buying the most premium materials, but what you do get is a fantastic, reliable brewer that can help you brew large batches of coffee at any one time for that entry-level price. So the green indicator on the front to tell me that the machine is brewing has turned off. So all the water has now come through, and we're just going to wait for those last final drips of coffee. Okay, so we're pretty much done at this point. I'm still getting a few drips through. So what I'm going to do is just remove that basket. Once you've finished brewing, just throw out that filter with the coffee grounds, place the basket back into place, and then you're ready to brew again. If I wanted more than the batch that I've currently made, I could leave the decanter on top and turn on that top hot plate and then brew another pot of coffee. But as I mentioned, we do recommend just serving the coffee straight away if you can, or maybe getting a thermos and pouring it into there to keep it hot for longer. So to wrap up this quick video, with the F45, you're getting a nice and inexpensive way of making large pots of delicious filter coffee, and you're not paying a huge amount of money for premium materials, but instead you're getting great value for money and nice performance and delicious coffee as well. So if you want to learn more about the F45 or the other products that we sell by Marco, then hit the first link down in the description that will take you to our website. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below this video, or get in touch with us at Bridge Coffee Roasters. I'll see you in the next video.